Welcome back. Let's talk about your ears. You might wonder, what is all this strange thing about? I mean, ears, they are really weird looking, right? They must have evolved for some purpose other than holding glasses and jewelry. What is this about? Well, this actually serves a purpose. This part of your ear is a kind of funnel, and it catches sound and directs it into your ear canal, that hole in your ear. And sounds are going to go down the ear canal, and they're going to push up against a very delicate membrane called the eardrum. And then everything's going to get converted into pressure. So the movement of that very delicate membrane is going to move some bones, actually the smallest bones in your body. And that in turn is going to push up against a fluid-filled membrane. It's sort of like a water balloon. It's going to push up against that water balloon. And eventually that's going to move something called the basilar membrane, which has these amazing hair cells on it. And it's the hair cells that convert pressure into action potentials. So first thing, this part actually serves a purpose. It's a funnel. And in fact, in the old days, before the advent of hearing aids, basically what a hearing aid was a big funnel. They put a big funnel in their ears to catch more sound. Okay, so this is your external ear. And how about, let's talk about your middle ear. So we've got sounds being sort of caught by these funnels. It's going down the ear canal, and it's pushing up against this very delicate membrane called an eardrum, or sometimes it's called a tympanic membrane. That eardrum itself pushes up against a series of bones. It's 3 bones. They're called the ossicles, and they are the smallest bones in your body. Their names come after the shape. There's one bone that looks like a stirrup if you were going to put your foot in when you're riding a horse. There's one that's shaped like a hammer. So those 3 bones serve to amplify the pressure. So they amplify the movements of the eardrums. So the eardrums move just a little bit, but those bones take that small movement and enlarge it. Now, the last of those 3 bones, which is the stirrup or the stapes, pushes up against something called the oval window. And the oval window is a special part of something we're going to focus the rest of our lecture on, which is the cochlea. The cochlea. So the pressure, the bones are going to press against this sort of water balloon, if you will, in the oval window, and it's going to press against the cochlea. And the cochlea makes up your inner ear, so we're going to focus on that now. The word cochlea comes from the word for snail, and you can see here that the cochlea it's wrapped around like a snail. It does indeed look like a snail. It's a fluid-filled tube that does acoustic transduction. It's going to take the movements, the pressure waves that are pushed up against it, and it's going to convert them into action potentials. And those action potentials are going to be sent to your brain by something called the auditory nerve. You can see the eardrum, and you can see the 3 ossicles that amplify the movements of the eardrum, and then they press against the oval window, and that's going to send, that pressure wave is sent down the length of the cochlea.